Welcome to today's Authors at Google event, all of you. Just wanted to introduce our wonderful guests today. We're pleased to welcome with us Eric Nakagawa and Kari Unebasami, founders of I Can Has Cheezburger.com. If you all are aware of what this is? No? Okay. Just a few of you. So now that we're done with that, we want to hear a bit from them. And after their talk, we'll open it up to Q&A. And for the benefit of our virtual audiences, if you can all use the microphone over here, and hopefully one will be passed around as well. And then afterwards, we'll have some book signing for those of you that got books over here on the couch. So join me in welcoming Eric and Kari.
Hello.
Hi.
Quite a nice turnout. Thanks for coming. My name, again, is Eric Nakagawa.
I'm Kari Unebasami.
This didn't work. Oh, there we go. This is who we are. There was a running joke, I think, about who we are not. And who we are not are two young girls who like kawaii things.
Well, I mean, I'm a young Asian girl who likes kawaii things, but apparently there are a few people who thought that when we started the site, they were just like some teeny boppers, 13-year-old girls who learned how to use WordPress and wanted to start a blog with cats because, you know, it's cute. But this is background. I was previously a web editor in Honolulu for a local magazine company.
Yeah, and I used to be a software programmer coding in Honolulu. And so we co-founded this site. That's why you're all here, and it's a little overwhelming, I must say. So many people. So, LOLcats.
For those of you who might not know
Just in case
what it is.
somebody doesn't know what this is.
That's basically it. Cute cat picture, caption, impact font. Ideally, it'll be a funny one. And
most of the times it's not.
Yeah, true.
So we wanted to come down. Oh, it's huge. Yeah, we wanted to come down and talk about how we got here. A little backstory. Obviously, we're here for the Google author thing. We published the book actually under the name
Professor Happy Cat.
Right.
Is the actual author.
We're really serious about this. And we wanted to just share a little about how we started the site and sort of how it turned into actual internet business. So, back in January, I was having a really rough day at the office, and my friend Kari often has a wide array of really cute, funny, weird pictures. And I think I asked her, I said, hey, you know, I'm having a really hard time at work. Could you send me something? And most times now, I wouldn't ask for it now. Most times she will send it to me with, you know, unsolicited. And I'm like, too cute for my taste. But one day I did ask for it, and you sent it to me.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't know, Google image search like bunnies or kittens, and I'll collect these pictures like happy pictures, and that's the kind of person I am. So I'll send him funny pictures every once in a while.
Yeah, so the joke was, she sent me 3 pictures. One of them was the original Happy Cat, this guy right here. And I don't know what it was about this picture, but maybe it was the stress, maybe it was a lot of things going on in my life, but I really, really liked the picture. I cracked up for at least 30 minutes. And I don't know how I did that, but I did crack up for a while. And I got the crazy idea to do the buy a domain and put an image up there. So I went and bought the domain, and as a sort of joke, I was gonna send it back to you with just a picture and like, hey, ICanHasCheezburger.com. And so I did that, and immediately Kari says, what did you say?
Well, I said basically we should turn it into a blog. You know, if you have the domain, we have all of these pictures already collected. Why not start a blog, post up our favorites, and
yeah. So she came up with the idea to turn it into a blog, and WordPress is really easy to install. You just click once and you have a new blog. So we did that. We didn't really change anything. We just had the default theme. If you look in the background, I superimposed, really artistic Happy Cat's face, just so that people knew where they were. We threw a little AdSense because we wanted to be really rich. And in the end, we basically did it for fun.
So it started off as sort of a private blog between the two of us where we could just post up our favorites and tag them so that they'd be easy to search and come back to later and share to other people. But we didn't really send it out to anyone else. It was just a private joke between us.
Right. Yeah, the great thing was I liked certain things, and so we would tag things so that we could come back to them later. And if you look at the tag cloud now, it's maybe 2,000 tags, and they all, the biggest item in the tag cloud is cat. So
they weren't tagged efficiently at first.
Yeah.
It was cat, it was lol, it was lolcat, lols,
funny,
haha. Yeah.
LOL, little weird things that we thought, we were trying to be brilliant and whatnot. So the question came up, people always ask us, where did they come from? Did you make it? And we always say, no, we did not create the first I Can Has Cheezburger caption picture. These images had been around for a very long time on the internet, sort of on the fringes of the internet community. If you've been to 4chan, you will know that a lot of them started there, Something Awful, sites like that. And when we found these pictures, most times they were sort of in image dumps. Like this picture right here shows one famous site that we would go to look at stuff. And it doesn't really, it's like a jumbled mess of random photos. Sometimes if you click on something, you would see something you didn't want to see. So you'd have
There's a lot of not safe for work content on these sites, 4chan especially. But that's where I found the original Happy Cat I Can Has Cheezburger photo.
Yeah, so we thought by organizing them a little bit, tagging them, it would add a little bit of order to some of the chaos. And also, she really likes bunny rabbits. So we added a little tag bunny so that she could find them whenever I like really weird, funny things and whatnot. So I would search my own method. So this kind of explains how we felt when people started showing up. We were a little confused. Traffic sort of came out of nowhere. And at the beginning, we really had no idea what was going on. It was like our little website with all these caption pictures.
And we weren't sending it out to people. We weren't advertising it, marketing it, or sticking it in our signatures and emails or anything. People just found out about it and started sharing.
Right. Yeah, we sort of didn't understand it. But back in January is when the site was launched, we started seeing a lot of traffic. In the first month, I think we did 800,000 page views, and that would double every month. So we weren't too sure what was going on, but if you have little trackbacks that you can figure out where people are coming from, we started seeing stuff pop up from blogs, people's MySpace. I don't think Facebook was really that prominent back then, so it was usually MySpace. Forums would link back to us. You could see all these links coming back to us, and our server bill would just skyrocket. And so we weren't really sure what was going on at the time, but we sort of kept posting them. We kept finding funny pictures or cute things or whatever sort of fit what we thought was funny, and we never really stopped, even though this was sort of growing really fast. So we named the server the cheese server. Obviously, it follows. And at one point, it got so much traffic that we were doing this was way in the beginning, we were doing about 2 terabytes of traffic a month, just in funny cat pictures. And and so it posed a lot of challenges for us, mostly because I wasn't a sysadmin. So we didn't really know how to control certain things, like how do you know where they're coming from, what images are they looking at? And so our server would go down a lot. we would sort of melt the server, we would get digged or something crazy like that. And oftentimes we sort of threw our hands up like, we didn't know what to do.
Our site was going down like every few days, and we were in a panic because we knew people were coming and it was becoming popular, but you know, we had no way of handling that at the time. So at one point we decided to just pull it and send out a distress signal to our viewers and say, we need help. We need to move this site over to a bigger server in order to continue this. So if you could send us donations. And that's actually how we ended up being saved. In exchange for PayPal donations, we would give our visitors sort of avatars, little icons with like a pixelated soda, cheeseburger.
Like, I came up with this idea, like it was sort of Zay Frank, he did the give me some candy thing, and I'm like, hey, we could do something like that. So I made the little cheeseburgers like really, really small. They were like 11 pixels by 11 pixels. And if you donated to us, we'd put your name up there with a little thank you, because we really needed help. And at one point, we started to see even more growth. And fortunately enough, we sent an email to WordPress, and they offered to host us as a VIP blog. I think at the time we were doing, I don't really know how much traffic, but it was enough to get their attention. They managed the servers, and then we went right back to focusing on posting pictures, writing back to people, you know, trying to sort of focus on the stuff that people liked. I think we added these little burger widgets that you can kind of rate how funny something is. So we know what people like, and so we try to post the same thing or similar things off of that. So yeah. So when the internet media sort of found us, the first big one was Boing Boing.
Yeah, that brought in a lot of traffic, and that was really, really exciting for us because Boing Boing, of course, it's a site that we respect a lot, and to make it onto that, it's like, wow, you know, people are really finding out about us. We don't really know how, but it's kind of getting big on the internet.
Yeah. So for us, it was pretty interesting to see like a site you frequent posting or linking to your stuff, and it feels really good. And so after the internet media found us, bigger media like newspapers started writing about it. And so a lot of people are trying to understand, like, what is this language that they're speaking?
And it's really funny because these articles, the more traditional media, were trying to explain the LOLcat phenomenon and why it was so popular and what it all meant for internet culture, the future of internet culture. And you know, we're sitting here like, okay, well, we're just posting pictures, funny pictures of cats, and we're not really sure like what it's all about, but we're having fun. So okay, if that's what you think it means, then sure.
Yeah, one of my favorite ones was LOLcat pictures was the stop anthropomorphizing me, which was like someone was clever enough to, you know, get the joke and then poke a joke back at everything else. So for us though, so for us, when we knew like we did something really cool was when like weird little comics that we like to read, like Akewood and XKCD, start making references back. Another one was Diesel Sweeties that like made a little cat joke and then, you know, all that good stuff. But to us, this is when we felt like, wow, you know, not the big print media, right, but the small little really off to the side comics that that are really, you know, really niche. That's when we knew we hit something really big. So why? What's going on? Why did this become so popular? Some of the things we can factually say is that we posted frequently. At one point, we were doing about maybe 10, 20 a day. Mm-hmm. But over time, and you know, losing sleep, we started to maybe push it back to like 8 a day, and then eventually back to 6 a day.
And we're actually using our stats, looking at our numbers, and figuring out when people were coming to the site. We noticed that people were looking at the site before they went to work, as soon as they got to work, during their lunch break. after their lunch break, sometimes like late in the afternoon when they just needed to pick me up, before they go home and after they go home. And we started basically all day, I guess. But we tried to post the pictures to match up with those times.
Yeah, so like our Google Analytics would show the strongest times in the last week or month. And we would just post like right before that, you know, like so we'd kind of keep those people coming back because they knew they could find it when they got to work. And it worked out pretty well. That might be why we sort of made it, I guess. Another take on it is the whole, you know, viral meme, and people would link to these pictures, share it with friends, print it out for family members, all that fun stuff. One of the things that I think we were really smart about is we never disabled the hot linking. So even though our server bills were going like, we still never turned those off. We tried to let people put them on forums, let people put them on their blog, let people put them anywhere they really wanted, and not try to, you know, shut down what's bringing people to your site. At one point, we added the little watermark and got a lot of angry emails like, "This is not your picture." I'm like, "Yeah, but we need people to know where it's from so that they can come and look at our site." And eventually, that sort of worked out. We added little ratings, like I said before, where you could tell what people could vote. Like, okay, I really like this one, so I'll put a 5. Other times people would put a 1, and sometimes we get a 3, and we're like, okay, we shouldn't post something like this. Or, you know, we'd learn off of what people are talking about. Another thing too is the interaction. People would write to us, and we always try to write back. So I think we're getting like several hundred emails a day, and we always try to reply and listen to what people are saying. Like if one part of the site's broken, we'll fix it. And we don't take a day or a week. We do it like in a couple hours. I mean, we have people working at it, or I would be up all night like trying to move the little thing 2 pixels to the right so it wouldn't break, stuff like that. So some people would say it's cute. Some people would say geeky. I love this picture. I don't know what's going on, but I love it. He's not fixing anything, exactly. Definitely lots of pop culture references, lots of movie references.
We had to throw this in there.
Yeah, we were really worried about posting this a couple months ago when this was all hitting the air, but it's relevant, you know, it's like poignant, timed really well. If you can catch a funny joke. What was the one that there was like a contestant on a Miss America contest, and she was just rambling on and on and on, and someone sent us a LOLcat of that, and so we posted it like immediately.
It was a cute cat that somebody had dressed up like in a tutu costume or something with a little tiara, and it just had the entire text of what she said. And that was awesome. I should have put that one up there. But a little backstory behind this. Well, I'm sure this is a street view for Google Maps, and somebody had found their house and realized that Google had taken a picture of their house while their cat was in the window, like posted on their blog or something, like, "Hey, Google took a picture of my cat and my house, and it's a little creeping me out."
Yeah, so, I mean, at the time it was relevant because it was spreading, and so we were like, oh, you know, let's post something that's relevant.
But finally, it's the internet.
Yeah, that's the truth. The truth is it's the internet.
Sometimes unexplainable, but totally awesome, much like this picture.
Yeah,
I don't know
no idea what's going on here, but... So one of the big things that we sort of helped to do was make it easy for people to put text on pictures. Photo caption, you know, you make a joke with your friends and you put something on it and then you send it out in less than a minute. So it's like you caught it right when the joke was still funny and relevant.
But as our site started becoming a little more mainstream, or people started hearing about it, they wanted to get pictures of their cats up, or they had a great idea to caption some other picture that they had seen. So they began sending us images and captions and saying, "Could you do this for me? Because I'm not really sure how to do that." Or they would send us just a picture of their cat and ask us to like put something funny on it, and put it on the site. But we're not always capable of just like on the fly thinking up some sort of funny captions for this. And
yeah, most of my captions, like before we put on the site back in the day, I would send it to her, and then she'd be like,
fail.
Yeah, yeah, Eric, that's not going up. So we decided, that's not our thing. And so there had already been some generators out there, but we decided to make ours. We made the cheeseburger factory. So you put a cat in, and out comes a LOLcat. It became really easy. It was really simple. You could do 3 lines of text. That was it. We had a little dig style voting at one point where people could say, they could vote stuff to the front page so that we wouldn't have to go through all of the submissions. Back in the day, it was doing 2,000 submissions a day. There's 2 of us to go through them all. And now they're doing 8,000 a day. So I think it worked. It also helped us filter and manage photos. One thing on the internet, you guys already know this, you got to make sure you know what's coming in before it goes out, because sometimes it could be abused or hijacked for nefarious purposes, like ruining someone's day. So yeah.
So once we created the Cheeseburger Factory, it really changed what our site was about. It wasn't just a destination, you go to the site, you look at funny cat pictures. It became a place to come and participate in what's going on with the site because of the voting and the interaction in the community.
Yeah, so again, it's up to 8,000 submissions a day now, but it was really like allowing people to make their own jokes, and if they got enough votes, they could be on the front page. And when people make it to the front page, they're really, really happy. I think like all their friends are like, congratulations, you did it, you finally did it after 500 submissions. So eventually, stuff really makes it to the front page and people are happy. Yeah, it's a little really bad use of a Venn diagram. So we tried to cover who are these people that use our site, internet, young folks, people that like cats or can't own a cat, but they would like to have a cat. And what it's turned into now, if you go to it's called mine.icanhascheezburger.com. But if you go to that, you can now add little friends that are also into that sort of humor you're into. They'll help you vote your post to the front page. And so it's a social network or community around LOLcats. How much more niche can you get, I think? So at one point, our site got really big. And we met somebody online who was managing, at the time, the pet food recall. So if any of you guys have pets, there was a really big story where the pet food recall happened, and we tried to inform people about it because it was really sad to hear pets getting sick and whatnot. So instead of us managing it, we found someone that was already doing it. He was like, hey, put us on the site. You don't have to manage anything. I'm like, okay, good, because we can go back to posting pictures. So it was just 2 of us working on the site, and the growth was getting a little bit too hard to handle. So we transitioned over to Ben Ha, who's now the chief cheeseburger. He has that awesome hat that he wears everywhere. And what they did was they took I Can Has Cheezburger, a very niche site about cats, and they've actually expanded into Graph Jam. I hope you guys have seen that because it's awesome. There's Fail Blog. There's a new one, Raffle Razzi, English Funny, kind of doing the English language thing, and something more poignant like Pundit Kitchen, makes sense. So now they have about 8 sites, and let me show you something. This is what happened after they took the site over from us. At one point around here, we started to plateau. There was only so many hours in the day. I think you could only work 20 hours before you really burn out hard. So we're working really hard, and when we transitioned over, it tripled. I mean, we were doing less than 30 million page views a month, and now they're up to 100, and they're still growing. The sites are still brand new. So I think it's pretty awesome. He has about, 11 employees now?
Yeah.
That help to review comments.
Just go through pictures, take out the nasty stuff. he has actual office space, which is amazing to us, as we were just working in our apartments, in our respective apartments, and going through pictures every day.
Well, the thing with the company now is they really want to just make people happy for 5 minutes a day. So you're having a hard time, just take a break. I mean, there's places you can go, there's comments, places where you can write about stuff, but sometimes you just need something that's just like, okay, I can go back. I can handle this. I can crack this software bug. I can do this or that. So
and we're so happy about that because that's actually, I mean, that's essentially how this site began, because Eric was having a bad day. I had a cute picture and he needed something to just like, you know, get him back into it again. And
yeah,
we're glad that they're continuing with that, despite the fact that they have an entire network of sites. They're still sticking to that to just make people happy.
Yep. So we actually, I've had some problems doing normal day-to-day things. Like I live in a condo, so I have an apartment building, and when I park my car, because I don't really work anywhere else, I work at home, I forget where I park. And I think that really, I'm attributing that to LOLcats taking up so much of my brain. I can't find my car anywhere. Like, I don't know, did I park here? Oh, I gotta write stuff down.
He also eats an unbelievable amount of cheeseburgers, like on a monthly, weekly basis.
I think we've been in San Fran since Sunday?
Yeah.
And I've had 5 cheeseburgers. So I gotta maybe go switch to eating tofu burgers later. But
for me, I think one of the big issues is the whole language, the LOL speak. One of the things I tell people is my mom, I can't just call her mom anymore. I have to call her moms, like with a Z, which is so annoying to me because I got my degrees one of my degrees was in English and like in professional editing, writing, and to see this, like I just want to take a red pen and like correct it. But
well, the other thing I think everybody does now is no one calls corn.
Right.
They call it corms.
Corms.
So.
Or maybe that's just our community.
It's awesome. Maybe just us. So this picture is actually someone made an ad for an Arizona bank, and I heard they're a little out there, so this makes a lot of sense. It might be on a college campus, but this stuff has started spreading all over. You can start seeing it, I think, in small college newspapers and whatnot. But in addition to its effect on language, it's actually helped to spawn a whole bunch of spin-off sites. The lolrus.
This is really one of our most famous pictures, and I mean, really, how can you not love it? This poor guy, he has a bucket, and they take his bucket away. I mean, you really feel for him, you know? He looks so sad. And so we're constantly getting pictures of just the lolrus getting back his bucket, or finding a bucket and like, hey, is that my bucket? And they're like, no. And he's like, give me a bucket. Just like ongoing. And so somebody created a site called the Complete Walrus Bucket Saga. And I believe there are a few sites that are like this actually, but this is an example we found where they just take all of the lolrus photos that we had on our site and post it there to keep track of like everything that's going on.
Right, yeah, this is a very awesome story. It's heartbreaking. So
give him back his budget.
Right, give him his budget back. Don't break Al's internet. One of the ones that spawned really early was the LOL presidents, and now it's really relevant. But
and now they've created the I Can Has Cheezburger network site, Pundit Kitchen, which is a political.
It's sort of
caption.
built on top of that meme, but funny. LOLbots. I mean, if you know the lyrics to the song, if you know the lyrics to that song, I mean, you gotta play it in your mind when you look at Johnny 5. So LOLbots, another spin-off that's really awesome. You can.
Oh, this is my favorite spin-off. I'm a big Trekkie, I have to say. This wasn't actually a full blog that was dedicated to Star Trek caption pictures, but a guy had posted on his blog in one post screen captures of the Trouble with Tribbles and just putting really, really funny captions on each of those. And he got a huge response. Right. Such a huge response that he ended up like talking with us on a board at ROFLCon, along with other
ROFLCon, the place where you go to meet all the memes that have ever existed. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I personally don't understand this still.
But that's a great thing.
That's how it works, right?
Right, that different people can go to the site and see different things, and it's a combination of our humor. You know, he likes certain things. Right, in the beginning, and I like geeky and weird things.
So, the lol speak. If you don't know what this is, just look at the captions on the pictures. It sort of started in photos, and then sort of, if you look at the comments, I personally can't read them anymore, but in the beginning I could. In fact, I would even play. I'd write stuff like, oh, MGs, this are so funny. You know, I'd write like that, and then it, like, a month later, it would change, and then it started getting faster and faster and faster.
And then they began correcting him on his lol speak, right? Like, no, you're doing it wrong. Yeah. You are doing it wrong. Totally. But yeah, it really, really took on and got a life of its own in the comments. Right now, there are an average of about 170 comments per post, and it's just people talking to each other in this language, like all lol speak, and saying like, oh, hi, and they're talking to their friend, oh, hi, and how are you doing today? And that's how the community is kind of like, okay, I'll just move on.
Oh, so if you take the lol speak to the next level, what do you do next, right? New language, you gotta convert the Bible, I guess.
It's logical next.
It's logical. Yeah, so a group of people on the net created a wiki, and they've been translating, I don't know what the term is, but they're translating the Bible text into lol speak.
At this point, they're about 61% of the way done, so you might be seeing that on your bookshelves someday soon.
So this lol code. So this was one of the most awesome things that happened from I Can Has Cheezburger and the lol language. So for the uninitiated, this is a computer program, the basic hello world, hi world, oh hi world, written in lol speak or lol code, and I think it's even included in like Perl Parrot. I might be wrong on that, but I saw someone talk about that. So yeah, lol code. I'm waiting for the OS. Once it happens, I'm switching, right back to something new. So
moving on.
Moving on. Let's really make this smooth. So the book. I Can Has Cheezburger book. A few of you were fortunate to get one. We're really happy to be here to talk about it. And what we did was we listened to our visitors, and one thing they demanded a long time ago was, I want this in a book. I want it in a book. I'll give it to all my friends. And so at one time we had a backlog of a lot of images, roughly 1 million. I wasn't exaggerating. We had a hard drive I received in Seattle full of 1 million pictures. And so we tried to whittle it down. One of the harder parts was the getting permission from people, because sometimes they would submit a picture without an email address to contact. Sorting through, I wrote a couple of scripts to find all images that had had an email address, and we'd then go through all of those. It's been a very fun project, and I think it's kind of funny that we could actually do this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So thank you for having us. How about that?
This is an example of one of the pictures that is in the book. Cute cat.
Right. And so this is one of the pictures in the book, and we sent a copy of the book to this cat, actually, and
we got this back, which is my new favorite picture.
Yeah, this one's awesome. This picks us up every day.
So yeah, our book is in stores October 7th. It's also available for pre-sale on Amazon and Borders and Barnes & Noble, etc.
All over the place. So yeah, he got his cheeseburger, maybe. This is part of the story, we don't know. Well, we're gonna be here in San Francisco for a couple more days, and if any of you guys are family people or you like going to the zoo, we'd love it if you guys could make it. We're gonna have a little, was it LOL caption contest?
Zoo event. It's this Saturday at the zoo from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. It's a captioning contest, so you make your own LOL pic. Basically, go around, take pictures of the animals, bring it home, and put a funny caption on and send it in to I Can Has Cheezburger. And the top 5 captions win a copy of our book, and the first place winner also gets the LOL pic posted on the front page of I Can Has Cheezburger, a year pass to the zoo, and the animal that's in the picture of the winning caption photo, the burger team is going to be adopting that animal.
Yeah, so that should be fun.
And that's the Flickr group,
Yeah, that's
where
the
you
Flickr
can
group
find the photos after.
Yeah, after they've been captioned. So, thank you. We're going to take some questions, I believe. So that was the cue. If anybody has anything, thank you. So, thanks again for showing up. If you have any questions, we'd love to answer them. We're also going to be
signing books.
Yeah,
over
right. You'll be drawing little
by the couch.
Cute things.
I'll draw a cat.
I'll draw a cheeseburger. Would you like me to? Yeah. So I'm gonna just exit out of this. There's a little contest here. I don't know how to do this. I'm not good with the computer. I guess people submitted some captions, so we wanted to just go through a few of them. Is that okay? So I don't know what's gonna happen. Okay. It's very niche. Oh, that's gonna be
cute. He ate his cheeseburger.
I like those.
Okay, new favorite. Okay.
A camel. Interesting.
So GTFO.
Right, yeah, GTFO, okay. These have not been moderated. Wow. Very loud.
Oh, I get it.
Nice.
It's nice.
Nice.
Bravo to the person who sent that in.
Oh, so that's it. Put this back up. So, yeah, questions? Anybody? Any? No? Oh, hi. Oh, sure.
I was going to use mine.
Okay. Just nice. Move away to breathe.
Hey. Did David Brown come? Is David Brown here? Oh. You going to show them your app?
Yeah, maybe. If you have an Android device, go to the marketplace and download the LOLcats app.
You guys made an Android app? Oh, that's awesome.
I would really like
so,
an Android to Google out there.
Awesome. Okay,
Yeah, so I used your app, and I brought my dog to work, and so I made a little LOLcat for my dog. I haven't taken a picture of my cat yet, but Google Watchdog says best day ever.
Crazy.
But the app's pretty awesome. It has save and share, but we're hoping you could make a post directly to your website sort of modification for it. So.
Open source? Yeah, okay, awesome. Yeah, well, we'll try to work that out. Yeah, that'd be great. It could submit and then go to the voting page and whatnot. That'd be awesome. Thanks. I had no idea. Awesome. Yes.
I had a question about the very early days when you were first just sending a funny picture. Did you find them already captioned, and were the ones you found always in LOLspeak, or did you redo the captions?
We never really, we didn't redo the captions. Most of the ones we found were captioned. We did a few of our own, but like we said, they weren't always that successful, so we focused more on trying to find things that already existed, were captioned, that were really funny. They weren't always in LOL speak, and if you look at the site right now, there are some pictures that have cats who look a little, how would you say, a little more serious cat who likes to speak in perfect English, like use good grammar. And
yeah, so there's some cats that do. They find offense actually with the way some cats talk.
We get a lot of emails about that actually. People are saying like, hey, my cat would never speak like that.
Yeah.
He's really, really smart, so I'm offended that you're making cats speak like that.
As a personal sort of anecdote, when we'd get a really, really awesome picture with a really awesome caption that I wish it was just like a couple more pixels to the right, sometimes we would just put them up because sometimes they were just really great. But we, in the beginning, we didn't have the originals, so we couldn't make it a little bit more polished. But if you look at them, it's sort of awesome that they're like that, you know, just raw, unedited. Yeah. So, any other questions? Okay. Anybody? Okay.
That's it.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you for
We're
having
gonna
us.
be here signing the book.